Back aboard the Discovery, Pike asks Spock and Burnham to explain about the Red Angel, to which they say it's human. So he's changed the current timeline, a timeline in which all galactic life will be eradicated. Because of Section 31's failure to secure Spock and Burnham, however, Discovery is about to become the most wanted ship in the galaxy. Pike half-jokingly asks Spock if the Red Angel told him anything on how to deal with this. Spock replies that he didn't, but based on his limited experience as a fugitive, the only thing he could really suggest is run. Pike begins telling the crew that he cannot ask them to participate in an act of disobedience, but before he gets very far, Detmer asks him for the course, till he adds that this was probably best that they got moving. The rest of the crew gives their silent support. Pike orders Detmer to take them away from Talos at maximum warp. And that's kind of where we end this episode. I did want to point out, and this is for your benefit, in the tradition of classic Doctor Who, Talos IV was shot at a rock quarry, the Lafarge quarry specifically. Back on classic Doctor Who, all the alien planets were shot on quarries. Yeah, so, Chris, what was your... You and I discussed a little bit ahead of time. What was your impression of this episode on this watch through?
So, yeah, like I said, when I first watched this, the stuff that happened in the cage and Menagerie wasn't very forward in my mind. Obviously, I'd known about it and I'd watched them in the past. But so this time I was thinking, well, maybe because I've been immersed in this the last couple months that, you know, I'll pick up some new things. Nope, I did not. Yeah, I mean, I just felt like I don't know. I'm probably complaining about something that is not a problem. I just wanted more, I don't know, I wanted more Talos.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was with it as well. The fan nostalgia, I think, took over pretty heavily on this one. Because when you look at it, the Talos stuff was all basically just a rehash of what they've done with Talos before.
Yeah. So I was thinking, you know, maybe I'd just forgotten enough of the cage or the Menagerie to not be picking up on some of this, on some things that are happening. But nope, nothing new was really introduced or anything like that with Talos. So, you know, I was kind of a little disappointed about that. But like I said, the main thing I was really liking about this episode is the continuation of the Stamets and Colbert saga we got going on right now.
Yeah, that's probably, I mean, for me, that's probably the strongest B story of the episode. I was, you know, obviously I'm more interested in what the stuff happening on Talos. What did you think about the Talosian redesigned makeup?
It was weird that their heads didn't move. Like they
did that weird glowing blood flow thing though. That's that. Yeah.
I don't know. They kind of sort of look like Klingons with, instead of having a ridge, it's just like the bone structure is smooth underneath.
Yeah. So I did, you know, YouTube is introduced like the new community tab. So I did a quick, just to throw something up there, I did a quick picture poll where I put up a picture of the original Talosians and the new redesigned Keeper. And between that and Twitter, 4-1, everybody that answered preferred the redesign to the original. I prefer the original. So I think there's something just about that older makeup that is much more disturbing to look at. And
yeah, I mean, looking at the picture that you put up there, I mean, that makeup is really good looking, like for the time.
Yeah, it really looked great. And it was like, before you knew that it was women playing men in the roles with men voiceovers, they really do seem alien. And this design just looked like every other rubber forehead alien on Star Trek.
Yeah, that's probably what I meant when I was talking about the similarities with Klingons.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we came in. I want to, thank you to everybody who did answer that. Anything else you wanted to comment on before we let this episode go?
I mean, again, I've said this a couple times since finishing Strange New Worlds, and I didn't pick up on it much the first time around, but just how dark everything is in Discovery. Like, even the ship is dark, where you would think, oh, this is a main passageway, maybe we should light it better. Yeah. Nope. We'll just have some mood lighting and black acrylic floors.
Yeah, just some real, like, OSHA hazards happening there, you know?
Yeah, where's the Federation version of OSHA when you need them?
Yeah, exactly. I still enjoyed this episode. I think knowing what's going on with the Red Angel story might have hindered it a little bit more than the first time I watched it. But overall, I still liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I just thought there was more with the Talos story there to be discovered after having watched The Cage and the Menagerie not too long ago.
Yeah, I did.
But there really wasn't.
I did think that maybe this early Pike on Discovery, he does brood a little bit more than he does on Strange New Worlds. He was still like a little more like dark and not quite, his cheery self all the time,
Well, that makes sense when you consider the fact that at the end of this season, he sees how he's going to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that may make you, that could either like destroy you or like, every day is like a YOLO type deal.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think he took the latter when taking command back over of the Enterprise.
Yeah.
And that's why he's not so dark and broody.
Yeah. I do love some of the decision making he makes on Strange New Worlds where he's like, they're like, sure, sir, we're not sure if the ship will take it. And he's like, she'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Let's go ahead and go on in.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Like when you try to put Uhura in crisis, like,
yeah,
she's not going to die. We're all good here. Pike's on the ship. Nothing's happening to him. And ergo, probably nothing's happening to the ship. So we're probably fine here.